Hey guys, Ms. Not So Cool here, and before we get into thing today, let me just rant out for a bit. So, I literally just finished gardening work as of recording this, and let me just say I fucking hate gardening. Like, it is just terrible. I don't know why my mom likes gardening, but I did it for her today. She wants us to garden again tomorrow and things like that, and it's like, like, it's just, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be editing this. Like, I'm just going to go full on. So if there's going to be some pauses and breaks, I'm sorry. I mean, I'll try to make this sound as, not professionally, but as good as possible. Because not everything is working out right now. So I don't have time to edit, first off. Because I didn't get enough time this week to even record a video. Because I was supposed to record a video about fanfiction, which I am completely behind on. Hopefully I'll get to it in this video. If not, I'll do it next week. Hopefully. But as of now, I'm just ranting about how the last 24 hours were like. And honestly, it's not bad, but still, like, it was just a very frustrating week for me these last 3 days, give or take. And let me just say, I really don't know how people back in the days gardened, whether it was through slavery or on their own free will for a job. But man, it is so hot. I live in the South. It is extremely hot. I'm out there gardening in a black top with some like tight pants or whatever, not really jeans, and some, I don't know, some random sneakers I put on, and it's like, man, I don't know how people did that, because first off, like, I mean, with my complexion, I'm not gonna get sunburned or anything. Like, I'm fine when it comes to the sun, even though it's extremely hot. Like, I don't have a problem with that when it comes to my skin. My problem with my skin is that it is not built for garden work. Like, it is not. My skin is too soft. It's too velvety. Literally, any type of cut or bruises just messes it all up. So, I'm not built for that type of work. Even though I did it fine. But still, like, my hands are throbbing right now just from doing that. I cannot imagine how other people felt like. And I had gloves. So can you imagine doing that with no gloves? I don't know how people did that. And honestly, I blame my dad, because I got that from him. People are always like, oh, you have thin skin. Well, I think I literally do have thin skin, because I have very velvety skin. Like, any type of bruise just latches onto it. I can't do anything about it except wait for it to heal over time. In fact, just last night when I was doing my hair, I was cutting with scissors, which again is a very stupid thing to do because I'm fucking stupid. But anyway, I was cutting like some edges on my hair because it was braided. I was taking it off, and I wanted to like braid it up differently or whatever because I had extension braids. So I was taking it off. It was hard to take off because it was tangled. So because I had it for like 6 months straight, so that's a long time. So I was cutting with scissors, at least like a low part, and I was doing it at a very dangerous angle. Some parts of my hair, and I ended up like cutting my finger. Like, it's not cut, but it wasn't even a cut. Like, it was like a slight scrape on the razor, like just slightly. It was on my, which finger was that? Like, I don't know what you would call it. It's not the index finger. It's like the other one next to the pinky on my left hand. So yeah, it has like a slight cut on the front of it. That's like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but like I have a cut there. And, like, it wasn't even like a cut. It was just a slight scrape. Literally just a slight scrape. And literally just, not even 5 seconds later, it started bleeding. Thankfully, unlike my brother, I'm not, like, a bleeder. So, it was able to dry off quickly. Him, like, when he gets cut, he bleeds a lot. Me, not really. So, that was great, but still. And not even that, like, 2 days ago, it was 420, and that's supposed to be like, you know, memes and things like that, smoke weed every day and things like that. Like, alright, obviously I don't smoke or anything, but I mean I usually like meme culture. I usually like participate in that, like even with April Fools. Like, even though I didn't do any like good pranks aside from turning every picture my mom had with my dad into Denzel Washington in our house, like, other than doing that, I didn't really do any like mean pranks or any real prank things. Like, I kind of pranked my brothers by, like, playing Shake That Ass from the ending of Season 1 of Rick and Morty to wake them up. But, like, that was about it. That was the extension of my prank for them. Even my brothers, like, they didn't have a good prank either. Like, one of my brothers hid the other one's iPad or something for, like, a couple, like, less than an hour. He ended up finding it anyway. So like, I mean, we're not really good at pranks, to be honest, and that's probably because we don't go out a lot, or we don't have any like real friends outside of our own circle. So that could be why we suck at pranks. But as is, is I really need to stop saying like and literally and totally and things like that. Like, I'm such a cliche. Fuck. But for real, or for seriously, or like whatever. I got off topic. What was I trying to say? Again, this is just a rant at this point. I don't even know if I'm probably gonna upload this. It's probably not gonna be a good watch. But anyway, it has been a very stressful week. 420 is just it was stressful, surprisingly for me, because I was just stuck in school the whole day because I wasn't getting math. Finally, I got it, and it was just so frustratingly hard. Like, I could have had that done hours ago if I knew that technique, but no. My mom just happened to not tell me about that technique. It's like, man, I love you, but damn, that is so frustrating. Like, I don't know. It is, for some reason, the last few days coming into the week of Saturday has been surprisingly annoying, frustrating, irritating for me. I don't know why, because the week started out fine. It started out great. And then it all went downhill after Wednesday. Like, literally when 420 hit, everything just went to shit for me. So, I don't know if that's some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy or intended. I have no idea, but as is, I'm just glad this week is over so I can move on with my life. Later tonight, I still have to clean because Saturday is like spring cleaning day and I already wasted my time doing gardening work, so I don't know if I'll get it done today or tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm going to do for this video, honestly. I'm probably just going to upload like a few-minute rant and then just be done with it. I promise next week I will really try harder because these last few weeks I haven't. And I don't know, man. My computer has been jacked also. That's another thing. After I edited the second episode of Haunted Getaway, this thing I'm doing with my brothers, with my siblings, and it's like, my computer just has this blue crash every so often because I have an HP computer and I don't know how to fix it. I'm still trying to learn, but I don't have the time to fix it. So as is, I can't really do much for fear that if it crashes and I don't save it in time, I have to do all this shit all over again. Even as I'm talking right now, I don't know whether it's going to crash on me right now halfway through this video or not. So it's like, what the fuck am I going to do? So again, I have to deal with that as well. And, so, I'm sorry if I sound very whiny and things like that. Again, I'm not sick or anything, but I mean, my nose is clogged at the moment, so again, I'll probably sound very annoying and very like, I don't know, but it's just, it's been a very frustrating week. So, later tonight, my brothers and I are going to be watching 13 Reasons Why, at least the second half of it, because we watched it last week on Saturday, overnight. We thought we were going to do like a whole night, just binge watching it. But after like 5 o'clock, we just got tired, so we were like, okay, let's end it on episode 6 and then continue on episode 7. So that way, technically, we're like halfway through. So we're going to continue again, which is going to be interesting because I've been reading a lot of things about people saying that it's not... Of course, people have their opinions, but a lot of people are debating whether it's really good for people that are of that mindset. Personally, I gave it a decent review. Like, I liked it. I mean... Right now, I'm not a huge fan of the show, but I still like it. I'm not as obsessed with it as I was when I first saw it, but I still, like, appreciate what it's trying to do. Most people say, like, oh, it's romanticizing suicide. It's making it look like what she did was the right thing because of all this stuff. And it's like, okay, I can understand where that argument is coming from, but me personally, like, I don't want to sound like a defender or anything, but, like, for me... I didn't see it like that. I just saw it as just an awareness propaganda. I don't think it was really trying to say more than that. Like, it was trying to be aware on bullying and substance abuse and just mostly suicide and bullying. Like, that was basically what it was focusing on about, to me. So people get it differently, and of course there are people that are in the exact same situation as Hannah, whether it be rape victims or spoiler, or like suicidal victims or whatever, or potentially suicidal. It's like, of course, some of them might be able to watch, some of them might not be able to handle it because it's very triggering. There are triggering things, and I even told my siblings, like, there were triggering things in here. Like, there were some very triggering things, even though obviously they're not going to relate to it because they're guys and they're not even in the age group for that. But still, like, there are triggering things that might scar you. There were some triggering moments for me as well, even though I never went through that. But there were parts where even though I'm rewatching the show, like, I still kind of quease up a bit, even though we still haven't gotten to the really harsh stuff yet. But still, like, it's gonna be a little awkward seeing that with my brothers. But I mean, we've seen a lot of awkward shit together, so like, this is nothing, I guess. It's just another awkward thing to add to our relationship. But that's just me personally. Other people probably won't see it as that, but to me personally, that's just the type of relationship we have. So it makes sense to me. But hey, I mean, I'm not gonna go into a huge debate with that. I mean, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, don't. But full disclosure, there are rape scenes in this show. Of course, it's not blatantly said, but it's implied. And it does happen around episode 9 onwards. There's a rape scene, and of course, it does get pretty graphic. Like, I mean, it's not like porn or anything where you actually see, like, the actual, like, body parts or anything like that. And, like, no, it's just, like, it's like with any movie sex scene, but I mean, with rape. But it's still pretty graphic. Of course, the suicide scene is very graphic as well. It doesn't just show her preparing the suicide scene and then it cuts away. No, it shows you how she fades away. It shows you how she cuts herself and all that. So I mean, to me, I found it very interesting, being morbidly curious, because I've never witnessed anyone killing themselves. I've had an idea of what it's like. I've seen it being implied. But I think this may possibly be the first time I see someone kill themselves on screen, where I actually see the full process. So to me, that was quite interesting, and it kind of stuck with me, that image. So now it's like, when I interact with suicide people, whether it be online or in real life, I have that image in my head where it's like, this person needs help or else that might happen, and I don't want that to happen to this particular person, or to any person for that matter who's going through that. But anyway, that's just me personally. Again, if you're going through that and you don't think that you're willing to sit through all that, then that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to sit through those scenes. You can skip through it and already have the emotional impact of it. Because again, it's only shown like, I mean, it is shown through like flashes. So like I said, with caution, going into episode 9 and onwards, there are rape scenes showed around as flashes. And yeah, it's just, and of course there's that one suicide scene at the very end of the show, around episode 13, I believe. It's at the very end, not very end of the episode, but like, it's at the last episode of that series. So keep that in mind when you're watching it. Everything else beforehand is kind of triggering, but not to that extent. I'd say watch with caution for episode 9 and onwards, because that's where things get really heavy. But again, it really depends on your tolerance. To me, I was able to get through it. Other people probably won't. So I'm just going to leave that out there because I don't think I made that clear in my review for it. Which I'll probably leave in the description below if you want to watch it. I'm basically rambling about what I liked about it, what I disliked about it, and things like that. But I mean, in terms of that topic, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So I mean, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, don't. It's fine. But I still think like everyone deserves to see, like, at least get the point of what that show was trying to accomplish, because I think the intentions were there. Like, the intentions were good. The execution is questionable to many people, but I felt like the intention was strong and was very decent for what it was going for. And for that, I still give it a decent pass for that. But if they decide to do like another season of it, I might be different, because I feel like, because people are talking about, oh, did she get another season? It's like, I honestly think that would ruin it. I don't know if I said this in the last review or not, but I think a second season would actually ruin the entire show, because the show is about Hannah. Like, we can't have another season where we explain everything. Like, I feel like that's just the charm of the show. Fill in your own blanks, figure it out yourself. Not everything is answered to you and it's black and white. Like, I don't know. I think a second season would absolutely ruin the show and possibly lead me to making a very negative re-review of it because of it. But as now, I'm still more or less leaning positive towards it. Like, not as full-on positive as I was when I first reviewed it or when I first saw it, but still mostly positive. But as is, yeah, that's how my life was for the last 24 hours, how my week was. It's not like a horror show or anything like that. Like, it could have been much worse, I know that. I mean, there's a lot of weird messed up shit going on in the world today, so I mean, my problems don't really matter, obviously, but I mean, it just was something that was really disconcerting. That, on top of what's going on in the world today, reading in the news, on Twitter, and things like that. So it's like, I don't know, it's been a really grim couple of days. But hopefully next week will be a little bit brighter for me. And I'll be able to make a better video. Because that's really what I want to do. I want to get my computer fixed. I want to finish all my homework. I want to get everything done. Because I'm so behind on many things. So, I want to be more active on social media, because I haven't really. I mean, I rarely post on Instagram anyway, but like Twitter, like, I need to get back on that shit. But, I mean, as is, it's fine. Like, I've had worse weeks than this, I'm sure, but I mean, as is, I'll get through it. And if you had a shitty week as well, I hope you get through your week. I hope you figure things out and that everything goes well for you by next week, or hopefully today. Like, I would love everything to get right today, but as is, I'm looking forward to Sunday already. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for today. So, I'll see you next week, guys. Stay cool.